Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark 3 and welcome to an episode of What You Doin'. These things are certainly not frequent, but they do pop up every once in a while. So, what you doing? I got asked the question, I make a small video to answer. And what I am doing is I am currently trying to chill on a game called The Colonists. Yeah. A game called The Colonists. I just quickly double-checked that to make sure that I hadn't accidentally added or removed an S, but I didn't, so that is all correct. Yes, The Colonists is, think, in the vein of the old Settlers series, where you don't have direct control over your people. That's actually something that got leveled at it for some reason, a negative review that I spotted on the store page. It's like, you can't take direct control of your robots. Oh no. But that's not really the point of this kind of game though, is it? So I don't know why that review was there. But anyway, I've got my colony of cute little robots that, according to the story, escaped from humanity and, well, they're a small subset of the machines humanity made, but these guys decided, you know what, hell with humanity, we're going to just wander off and do our own thing. So they've come to this world and are now settling around their little colony ship, which slowly and passively generates logs and tier 1 energy. And then from there, you've got kind of a town layout and production chain management kind of game. Because, as I said, you can't directly control things. All you can do is put down the buildings, put down the links between the buildings, and that's about it, actually. That's all you can do. But this is a game that I talked myself into getting recently. Just because I wanted something that I could, idle on, didn't need a lot of brain power. You know, just that kind of thing. But, actually the question got popped in the middle of me doing this, so let's do this. Because this is another part of the supply chains. I need energy. My ship makes a little bit, but most of my energy is made in residences. I'm only making level 1 energy in these residences, but level 2 and 3 energy is produced in level 2 and 3 residences, which I can get by teching up. For some reason, the residences require a food source and a water source. I don't know why these robots need to eat or drink, but, you know, they've got those cute little faces on them, so maybe they... Actually, I have no idea why they need that. Also, I have no idea where the sheep come from, but the sheep farm is one of your initial sources of food. I could automatically tell it to just do this by itself, but I'm not, because I want it to, in a certain pattern. Otherwise, it would just spread out all over the place. Did I build a water well for the second set of residences? I did not. Okay. One nice feature, by the way, is that notice it's got Tetris style, so you're building on the grid. You can rotate around the road point, which the structure uses to connect to your network. But there's also a button for flipping it, so you can invert any structure to change how it'll try to fit into your colony, which is a nice touch. Most games don't actually think to do that. I think I'm just going to install this one here, like that. But as a building, that comes... You can see it here, actually. Buildings come with their own little bots, which will deliver to the nearest relay post on the road. You can choose where to put the relay posts, and then between each pair of relay posts, there is a carry bot, which will move the resources around. And honestly, this is This is mission 5. And it's one of the peaceful missions, after it splats into ones that have hostilities, quote unquote. And this is also the first one that I've had to restart because basically my colony got bottlenecked. The roads couldn't transport the food and resources around, and so it all just ground to a halt, you know? There was just too much stuff and it all just ground up and couldn't move anything anymore. So basically the entire colony died because it couldn't move anything. But yeah, here come little helper bots. The health bots, by the way, are printed at your ship. There's a little 3D printer there which prints out new bots. What are you saying? You're out of lumberjacks. That's fine. I was going to expand before the question was sprang on me. So territory is done by these watchtower structures, which get an area of influence, as you saw when this one finished over here. So that's why I can see this area here. Your actual sight range extends a bit beyond this, but you can see resources, but you can't build outside of the range of your watchtowers. So you have to do stuff like that to just try to expand it. Oh, there was a red exclamation there. We've got a junction here, so I think that's causing a bit of a bottleneck there. That's not good, actually. And it's because I've got wood storage here, and I've built a stone storage here. So by default, the wood from the lumberjacks were coming to the storage, and then it was getting sent back out around that corner. And so that's why it just like ground up a little bit there. Oh dear. That's not so good. That's not so good. I was hoping to avoid bottlenecks like that, but apparently I've made some poor design choices again. Let's also get one here, which will give me access to that stone deposit over there. Logs. This one will give me access to those trees for the lumberjacks I put here. I've deforested this area. This is what's left of my initial stone deposit over here. This map doesn't actually give you much by way of resources when you start out. You have very few trees, in fact, so you have to get started immediately. But I'm wanting to deforest because deforesting will give me more space to build. But to keep lumberjacks rolling, I do need to do things like have forestries like this, and they can work in a set area just to grow new trees for my lumberjacks. That's why I've only got the one, though. I don't want two because I want them to be going out there and doing stuff. There it goes. And off the lumberjacks go straight away, starting to work. So, yep, there we go. One thing one thing I have done is I haven't been doing these main storages, just like gather resources a bit faster to start out, because it's stuff routes to the storage, and then normally places that need a resource request it from the storage, so it can cause a few issues. But in this case, it seems to be more or less helping to get stock build up, because it's like I'm clearing out these stones really quickly. I'm clearing out the trees pretty quickly because I've got storage space for it, and I'm definitely generating enough power to run everything. There is that as well. I accidentally paused, by the way, that's why everything stopped moving. But since this is all about resource management, you can check every single resource you can get access to in the game, and you can also check how your colony is doing with it. So we're using level 1s. Let's bring that up. In the last day, this is kind of what we're doing with it. I can also check it over the last week. I've got a list of all the sources and things from it. But I can also check the filters further. So in this case, this is where it's being demanded. I'm currently being demanded for 4 per day, based on the structures that need it. That's 1 each for the lumberjacks, 2 for the surface mine. Nothing else I've built requires energy right now, so I've actually got an excess. So yeah, everything is basically operating, 52% production, and that's all it needs. So that's why my colony's productivity is currently at 68%, because everything's basically able to work right now. Though I've also got stat for a number of blocked roads at the moment, and how many resource deliveries are on time. Like, storages can help with that as well. It lets you make local reserves of stuff. This game does seem to have a slight pop-around problem, which seems to be based around clicking the middle mouse. It just jumps you around a bit at random. Normally I've noticed it when if you're scrolling the screen and you click and hold middle mouse or something to adjust your camera, then let go, half the time it bounces you around. Okay, let's get started on this then. So, I'm going to put down surface mine. I want them working on these mines here, so they'll dig these out and let me get the road past this area, because right now these resource deposits are in the way. Trees are the same, you can't remove them. You can only harvest. But I'm turning them around so the anchor road is on the resource post here. And I've also got them so the anchor roads are pointing towards where the deposits are, because the harvester bots, if you look at this one here, this lumber hut, it comes in, drops it off, and then it'll wander off the same way. So that's the point where the bots come out as well. So just trying to be a bit more efficient there. But I've done that because the one over here is... Where's it gone? I wonder if those are in range. If those are in range, it'll have wandered off to try and get those. Yes, it has. That's the bot from over here. Well, let's stop that. Let's demolish this. There we go. But that's now using 6 out of my 8 energy production. It seems managing your colony to have excess energy is very helpful for your overall efficiency rating. Because I was not this efficient last time. Let's put it that way. And there's a little bit of terrain glitch there, so I can't do that. Lovely. I should also mention, by the way, roads are limited in range. That's why there's so many posts. It's got to be at least 4, and it can be up to 6. So yeah, be careful with that. Secondary roads, though, any range you want, but you can't have resource transport bots on them. Individual buildings can send robots down it, but that's about it. But yeah, I think I've more or less covered the basics of the game control and economy. So, for this, what you're doing, I'm not quite sure what else to do. That's kind of describes my state at the moment, quite honestly. Unsure. Let's put this workshop down here, so I can start getting the tech up. Because really my objective is... Oh, I should probably show you, like, I can show you a little bit, like, there's a lot more buildings to unlock, different bits and doodads. Most buildings can be upgraded if you can tech it up as well. But there's also advanced transport, like there's road upgrades, there's harbours which give you boat transport, train stations which are... managed to just start with my previous attempt on this map before it, you know, died. But there's a lot of stuff you can do for this. Let's see, my workshop's got an initial stock of energy. It's ready to go. So, I will select a research from these techs. Level 1, Level 2, Level 3 research for workshops. And these unlock different buildings as well as like give passive boosts. Like this one increases research speed by 10% and stuff like that. Construction is always a big one because it allows you to upgrade structures. Problem is it needs multiple things to get to it, so I'll get that started and then the bots will just get started moving stuff to the research site. In this case, they won't because it needs planks. Whoopsie. Right, we need planks. We need a refined resource, so I'll build a... I guess I'll build it there? Kind of want it to be on a transport node though, because... well, it's usually more efficient to have a production building on an actual transport node, because then the carry bots move it there and then the individual bot inside the building will move stuff around from that point. And stuff like the sawmill, it turns 2 logs into 1 planks. So the bot has to handle a fair bit by itself. Already got some initial stock, waiting for the worker bot. There it is. So as you can see, it takes 2, and then 1 comes out. Might have been able to move this 1 down actually, but that looks to be more or less working at peak efficiency. Yeah, maybe 1 block off would have been fine for that one, but there are some that are more active. Alright. But yeah. I don't think there's much else to show, really. Because really from here it's like, as I said, just like chill out, watch your city do stuff. And work towards your stated objective. Though there is actually a minor time trial element. There's gold, silver and bronze ratings for every map. This particular map, I've got to do it, my objective, which is get a level 3 statue, a large statue, one of these, large monument, within, well, in my 3rd year. For that I need stone, planks, so far so good. I've actually got planks already, but I need gold, and I need glass. Also, I need to get construction tech level 3. So that's going to take quite a bit of doing. Because I'm only at the construction tech level 1 right now, and every single thing requires more stuff from the later techs to do. Oh, there's also one thing I can mention, by the way. A lot of your stuff is like on the surface, like these stone will run out, the clay will run out, this quartz will run out. That's got to be where I get glass from, actually. But there's also like underground infinite sources as well. Like here's an underground source for actual iron ore. And I can use that once I unlock a shaft mine, for which I need to get the first level of mining tech. I seem to be using planks faster than I'm building them. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna call that there then, since I've spent like somewhere approaching towards 20 minutes just giving you a quick rundown of this game rather than, you know, I've not been expanding too much, I've just been like improving what I've got more than anything else. Though what I can do is just like, let's spread my influence at least a little bit. Let's pop this here. Just connect it with the secondary roads because I don't really need regular transport out there. It'll take quite a while to get built though. Actually, I'll need regular transport out this way. So I can at least do that. But yeah, this is Mark V. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick look at the Colonists. I was toying with maybe recording some playthrough for this, but I'm not sure. Because it really is just like a laid-back, chill-out kind of game. More than anything else. So quite a lot of the time you put things in place and you can watch it go. And yeah, something somewhere got jammed up. Ah, it's that one. And that's because of the travel time along that road. So yeah, see you all later. Oh, that's the one down there, is it? Okay, here comes the Garbot.